Hey, Matt with Matt Moss Music. Thank you for stopping by. Look, if you're wondering what you can expect if we produce a song or if I produce a song for you, let's just start out with this. As you know, once I meet you, I just love to hear what you're working on, whether it be like a voice memo on your phone or whatever it might be. And you can send it my way. Or if you live in town or you want to come into Lake Charles, Louisiana, where my studio is, we can sit down, listen to your music, kind of hear your story and your vision, your vibe behind what's going on. And then after that, what I like to do is if we agree that, hey, I think this would be a good idea to work with each other, we can sit down and talk about like, hey, this is what I'm hearing. And I want to ask, like, what are you hearing? Like, are there some tracks? Maybe you want to make a playlist for me of some songs you just love, whether they're like close to the vibe or just something that you've been liking. And then, we might want to say like, hey, I want the drums from this song, but I kind of like the piano on this song. And then I'll give my 2 cents and tell you what I think. Or maybe you don't know and you just need help and I can lead you in the right direction and be like, hey, I think this song would sound great if we make it kind of sound like this. Or maybe there's something I've already created. I'd be like, something similar to this. So at that point, I always like to find out like, hey, do we have the right key? Do we have the right tempo and things like that? And then when we're ready to start, I just ask for whatever price we agree on. You put half down and to get started. And at that point, I start to make the track. And once I get into it, maybe an hour or 2, 3 hours into making it, if you're not in the studio, what I like to do is just email it to you and be like, hey, do you like the direction it's going in? Does this sound right? And if you're like, yes, that's great, I'll just keep on making the track. And when I'm done with the production, I email it to you. Or if you're in town, like I said, stop by the studio and we'll take a listen to it. And at this point, I like to offer 3 revisions included. So that means if you're like, hey, I want to change this, this, and that, and then you change it, and you're like, okay, cool. We get to do that 3 times. So you can bring me your laundry list of things you may want to change about the song. And at that point, we'll be ready to record vocals. And so I guess there's 3 main ways this can work. So if you live in town, obviously you can come and I'm going to record your vocals. I produce them. I love spending time with the singer. And I'm a singer myself, so any kind of techniques or anything I can encourage you in while you're singing or just to get the best performance out, I love that part. So I'm a songwriter myself and a singer, and I'm also a producer and engineer. So I'm going to treat you like I would like to be treated, especially when you're in the studio, and just try to make you as comfortable as possible. And throughout the whole process, of course. And so then after that, we get the vocals on. If you're in the studio, then we're ready to go into mixing. So there's 2 other ways you can record your vocals. Another way is, especially if you live in a different town, different city, state, you can find a studio and book time there and record the vocal. And I'm more than happy to jump on the call or a Zoom while you're in that studio if you would like me to produce the vocals remotely. And then the third option is a lot of people record their own vocals from home. And I'm even willing to show you like, hey, what are some best techniques? What's some affordable mic I can get or an expensive mic that I can record my vocals with? How do I treat my room? I love going through all that stuff to help people out because some people they want to be writing and releasing songs so often they want to be able to capture the demo, but then also a professional vocal within their own home, even in their bedroom, whatever that space might look like. So those are kind of the 3 ways you can record your vocal, and then you send them back to me, or if you're in the studio, they're already here with me, safe and sound. And I go into the mixing process, which is mixing is simply making sure the balance and all the instruments are just right. Maybe we need to add one more little, electronic pluck or a bass line or maybe another guitar solo right there. That's when we're going to hear everything. Okay, everything's there. All the vocals are there. We might want to add something. And so at that point, I'll even it all out and I'll send it back. And then once again, we have another 3 revisions. So if you're like, hey, I want the guitar to come up. The drums are a little bit too loud. I want those to come down a little bit. And could you add a shaker? And even though that's a production thing, I'll say, okay, well, shaker's okay, I can add that. So that would be included. You can come back 2 more times like that for 3 revisions to get it just like you want it. When you're totally satisfied, you would send the second half of the payment. And then I would send you an MP3, a WAV file of the finished product. So that would be the song, and I also always include an instrumental. So if this all sounds cool and you're feeling comfortable, reach out to me today.